title of this video goes against everything you've ever heard of, but today I'm going to show you why you should want your RRSP to grow as little as possible. And I promise you, I haven't lost my mind. Let's meet Joanne. Joanne considers herself to be a moderate risk investor, which means she's comfortable having 50% of her investments in the stock market and the remaining 50% in more conservative fixed income investments. For the sake of this example, we'll assume that the stock portion of her portfolio will grow at a yearly rate of 6%, and the fixed income portion will grow at a rate of 3%. Now, based on her current 50-50 allocation to stocks and fixed income investments, her long-term rate of return should be 4.5%. Now, Joanne's managed to save up $100,000, and it's currently divided evenly between her RRSP and TFSA. From a taxation point of view, Joanne's future withdrawals from her RRSP will be taxable, whereas the withdrawals from her TFSA will be tax-free, of course. Let's take a look at two ways Joanne can invest within her portfolio. We'll start with option A, which is how about 95% of the people I meet with have their accounts set up. In this case, both the RRSP and TFSA will be set up to be moderately invested. This means that each account will be equally invested in stocks and fixed income investments. Now, both accounts will grow at a yearly rate of 4.5%, and after 10 years, with some rounding, they will each be worth $78,000 for a total portfolio of $156,000. Let's remember though that when Joanne starts withdrawing from her accounts, the RRSP portion will be taxable, whereas the TFSA portion will be tax-free. So alternatively, in option B, we can invest all of the fixed income investments within Joanne's RRSP and invest all the stocks within her TFSA. If we look at her overall portfolio, Joanne is still considered to be a moderate investor, even though her TFSA would be considered more aggressive and her RRSP more conservative. In this case, her RRSP will grow at a rate of 3% per year, as it's only invested in fixed income investments, and after 10 years, it will be worth $67,000. Her TFSA, on the other hand, will grow at a yearly rate of 6%, as it's only invested in stocks and will be worth $89,000 after 10 years. Now, looking at both options, Joanne has managed to grow her portfolio to $156,000 at each, but from a tax perspective, option B is a lot more attractive, as there is $11,000 less that will be subject to tax. So this will save Joanne thousands of dollars in taxes down the road. Now, even if you have a larger portfolio than Joanne, this strategy can still be implemented. So let's say John has $500,000 saved up, and he's also considered to be a moderate investor. In this case, he will need $250,000 allocated to both stocks and fixed income investments, and he currently has $60,000 in his TFSA and $440,000 within his RSP. So John can invest his entire TFSA as well as $190,000 in his RSP to stocks. The remainder of the funds can be invested within fixed income investments in his RSP. So by structuring his portfolio in this manner, John's able to shelter as much of the gains as he can within his TFSA. So I'm not advocating that you don't grow your RRSP at all. I just want you to be as tax efficient as possible. After all, $1 in your pocket is better than someone else's.